Hey guys, welcome to another Vatsim video here on the FS 2004 AviationPro channel. Today we're going to discuss IFR flight preparation. Flight preparation is one of the most important things before you're going to make a flight. So I'm going to run through 5 different things you need to do before you're going to make your flight. So the first thing you need to do is you need to know how to fly your airplane. It's very simple. Of course, it's very important to know how the systems on your airplane work and how to program the FMC, for example. One thing that's important with this is that we're not going to use the default airplanes. Please don't use the default airplanes. Basically, they're crap. We're not going to be using the default GPS, so spend a little money on a good Payware add-on like the iFly 737, the Level D 767, the PMDG, NGX. There are so many options available that give you a very realistic experience. And if you're using a realistic airplane, it's only going to make it easier. It takes a little time to learn the airplane, but eventually you'll be happy to have spent all that time knowing how the aircraft works. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do: know how to fly and know how to handle your airplane. Okay. The second thing is charts. Charts are also essential for flying. I'm asked a lot of times to find the charts. It's actually very simple. Let's say we're going to make a flight from Amsterdam to Prague. In order to find charts for Amsterdam, we're going to the Dutch VAC right here, dutchvac.nl, and every VAC has a chart section, as you can see here. So we're going to click that, and we have the 5 different airports here of the Netherlands. So we're going to click Amsterdam, and we're being redirected to the aeronautical publications of the Dutch government. And if we go below here, we're going to find all the charts of Amsterdam. Okay, so it's very easy. Just go to the VAC of the country you're going to fly to, select the airport, and you're going to have some very good and up-to-date charts. Let's take another example, the Czech Republic here. We're going to Airport and Maps, Prague, Virginia, and we're going to scroll down here. The charts, very easy. We're going to open the zip file, which will probably contain all the charts. So let's take a look. Takes a little while, of course. Of course, it's your decision whether you want to print these charts, but using an iPad is also very handy, so it won't cost you any paper. So here we have all the charts of the Czech Republic, or the airport of Prague, as you can see here. So just go to the VAC website and find your charts there. Okay, it's very easy. The third thing we're going to need before we're going to make an IFR flight is a route. You can find a route here at VAT route, for example. This is more for the European routes, actually. So we're going to make a flight from Amsterdam to Prague, and we're going to click on go, and here we have the route that is valid and kept up to date. So if you're going to fly in Europe, I recommend to use this site, because they're making sure that all the routes are up to date and that you have the latest waypoints in there. If you want to have a detailed version, you can click on this printer icon, and it gives you a very nice overview of all the waypoints you're going to need. Another website that's available, you can find all these websites below in the description, by the way, is Route Finder. It not always displays the routes correctly, in my opinion, but it is valid. It's a valid route. We're going to do the same thing, and as you can see right here, it also gives us a very nice overview of the routes, and it gives the same route. And we're going to be using that route in the next video, as we're going to file the flight plan for the IFR flight. And lastly, I want to take a look at one other site. It's SimRoutes. That's for flights in the US and the rest of the world, I think, but especially for the US, say Seattle to New York, and you can find the routes here as well. Okay, so these are 3 different websites you can use for routes. So again, if you go to fly in Europe, I recommend VAT routes. and if you're flying in the US, I recommend sim routes. Okay. The fourth thing we're going to need is the airport standard operational procedures. These are the procedures at every single airport. Every single airport has different procedures, and you know, you don't want to run into trouble when you're going to arrive in an airport. Each FAQ has a lot of information about the airports. So, like the Dutch FAQ, for example, we're going to go to the pilot section, IFR procedures, Amsterdam, and we're going to get some info about Amsterdam that you really need to know before you go to make a flight. So, read that through very well. Another example at Prague again, we have here the Prague pilot standard operational procedures. We're going to open the file. As you can see, they've made a very nice file containing all the information you need to know about the airports of Prague before you're going to make a flight. So give it a good read through, make sure what you're doing and where you're going, so you don't run into trouble when you get there. And the last thing I want to do before we're going to make an IFR flight is make sure that we have a good weather add-on. Now you can use Squawkbox weather, for example. The only drawback about this is it doesn't give you precipitation, so no rain and snow. But of course there are some very good add-ons available out there, like Active Sky or Real Environment Extreme, and these give you great weather that's up to date. And of course you need to be using the same weather as the Vatsim controllers are using, because if the wind is blowing from the north and your wind is blowing from the south, you might have some problems. Okay, so make sure you have a good weather add-on or freeware add-on. Maybe not look as nice as these Payware add-ons, but it gives you the same weather. Give it a search on Google. There are multiple options for that. So that are the 5 things you need to know. So first, know how to fly your airplane. Second thing, your charts. We're going to look at those charts very well in the next videos. Make sure you study those charts very well before you go to make a flight. The third thing is the route. Make sure you have the proper route using one of these websites I gave you. The fourth thing, the airport standard operational procedures. Give it a good read through. Make sure what you're doing and where you're going. And the fifth thing is the weather add-on. So guys, that's IFR flight preparation. These are 5 things you need to do before making a flight. Of course, there are a lot of things you need to do as well, besides these 5 things. But these are the most important ones. So in the next couple of videos we're gonna discuss jars and all that in the Vatsim series. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. More videos should be following soon, and I hope to see you next time.